and queens, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will not be doing any makeup or beauty vlogging. Recently I had something happen to me, and I will go into more details in just a second. But first, as you can see, I have on my pajamas and my nice little robe, and the very first thing I want to do, pour me a glass of wine. I am not promoting underage drinking. And if you do drink, please be responsible. Don't drink and drive. Cheers. So, let's get right into it. First of all, dating in 2022, it's a task, at the least for anybody. So I'm not taking away from any other person's experience. I'm only speaking from my experience. So I met this guy, and also let me say this before I get started. This is not a sympathy video. This is not a video for anybody to feel sorry for me, to feel like they have to give me a compliment or anything of that sort. Like I said, this is all about something that I just recently went through like 2 days ago. And I made a post on my Facebook about it. And basically what the post said was, as of today, I was told by this guy that I should lose weight in order to attract a male. And if I get a little more in detail with it, we were on the phone, and you know, we were just talking about different experiences, what we like, what we don't like. And he said something to me. He said, you know, you're very beautiful. You are so pretty, but, and then he paused, and I was like, what? And he was like, I really want to say something to you, but I know how y'all women can be. Y'all can be sensitive. So now I'm intrigued, because I'm just like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, what could he possibly have to say? So he basically said, you would have so much more potential, okay? So much more potential. I see so much potential in you, is what he said, if you just lose a few pounds. I'm gonna take a sip off of that, because now, I understand that people have their preferences. I do not disagree with that. If you feel like you want a 400-pound man, be my guest. If you feel like you want a man that works out in the gym every day and he's ripped, be my guest. I can't take anything away from what a person is attracted to and what they're not attracted to. But what I don't like is, if you do not like a bigger woman, leave her alone. Let her be. I could have had enjoyed the rest of my day without even knowing that. But I am a person who welcomes criticism and healthy communication, because there's a way to do and say everything. Correct? Yes. So with that being said, when he first said it, y'all, I didn't react. I just kind of was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not saying something wrong with you, but if you just lose, you know, a few pounds, I just see so much potential in you. And, you know, I got off the phone with him first, and, you know, I'm older now, so I try to think about things before I respond, I should say. But a lot of my friends was like, and my brothers, my cousins, everybody that come in, they was like, you should have cussed him out. You should have done this. You should have done that. And don't get me wrong now. I gave it to him. Let's just say that. I gave it to him. But I was more so intrigued on, number one, why you felt the need to say that. And number two, what is wrong with me as is? That's always the question. What's wrong with me now? Because I feel like I'm a bad, okay? You feel what I'm saying? So this is already great as is. I mean, do I feel like I should lose some weight Absolutely. The average American needs to lose weight. If everybody went off of their height, everyone is overweight, except for, you know, your smaller people or people who's always been skinny. But that even goes into a different, like, that goes into another conversation, because I've had skinny people or smaller women tell me that men will tell them, you need to gain some weight. You too skinny. I don't want to mess with you. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the climate of the world that we live in now, especially for plus size, or in some people's opinion, fat women or men, is extremely sensitive, because we look at people who are smaller as if, and I say me because I've been guilty of it. We look at people who are smaller as if you don't have struggles. You don't know what it's like to be made fun of, per se, about being overweight. But it took me, you know, not being ignorant to the fact that everybody has problems, no matter their height, shape, size. We all have something that could potentially be better. And I think for me, I tried to play devil's advocate and look at it from both ends of the spectrum. Like I was saying, I tried to look at it from a male's perspective, per se. But it's funny because literally the next day, I got a DM from this guy, whatever. We've been kind of having a little cute conversation. And I told him what happened. And honestly, y'all, he could not believe it. He was like, you mean to tell me somebody really said that to you? And I was like, yeah. He was like, listen, don't change nothing about you. He was just like, you are attractive, like, you're beautiful, nothing's wrong with your body, I love your body. And this is not somebody that I'm like actively dating. This is somebody that I'm getting to know, you know what I mean? But anyway, you know, when me and the guy was having the conversation, I got triggered. And I had to kind of take a step back, because I was like, why am I triggered? You know what I mean? What is causing this? And I just want to go a little in depth into my experience more, just because, you know, I'm not going around asking for anybody to save me. I don't think any big woman in this world needs a man to save her. Let me change that. Any woman at all. Skinny, fat, tall, small, big, wide. We're not asking for you to come up to us and say, hey, I like you, but I need you to change this, that, and the third. I don't need that. Now, for me, it triggered me in a way because you never know someone's past or their history. This is literally like our first time on the phone. So for me, it triggered me in a way because I've always been compared. People will make comments. I can remember vividly as a child, people making comments about my height, my weight, my boobs. Just like, damn, did I ask you to say that? I could have went on without you even having an opinion. But that's what's wrong with a lot of people. Everybody has an opinion on something. And sometimes, guess what? Your opinion is not needed. Your opinion is not warranted, okay? You could have kept that to yourself. And I have to learn that too. I'm guilty of that. But I don't hurt people purposely. And you know, he called me back and he apologized and everything. But I still had to express some things to him with my big girl words, if you get what I'm saying. But anyway, you know, I have two older sisters. And I remember people would say stuff like, this lady said something to me one time. Y'all, I have never forgot this. I don't think, it would never matter how old I get, I will never forget this. My sister, both of them are teachers. I went to her job one day, and I think I was probably maybe 18, 19, 20, something like that. And she introduced me to this lady, and this lady looked at me and said, well, what you was eating that your sister wasn't eating? And, you know, I laughed it off because, I mean, it's a reaction, you know. I mean, I couldn't control it. I just was like, like, I mean, we was eating the same thing, you know. I just played it off like that. But I never forgot that, ever. And I'm not gonna lie, that mess hurt. It cut me deep, like, because even though it wasn't a lot of people around, it was just me, my sister, and her. but it just made me feel so small, so, yeah, small, but it just made me feel so less than, you know what I mean? And, you know, that just goes into that saying, like, words cut deep. They really do. And I'll be sitting here lying if I haven't had thoughts about weight loss surgery or getting a BBL or a tummy tuck, lipo. I mean, I have probably done every diet known to mankind, juice diets, smoothie diets. I have took phentermine, weight loss pills. I have done, you know, where you only eat 1 meal a day. I've done keto. I have done some of everything. And I think sometimes people in the world look at size and get health misconstrued, because guess what? You can still be 220, 250 and be a healthy person. I'm not sitting at a dinner table eating a whole pizza by myself plus breadsticks. Then an hour later, I'm eating a whole gallon of ice cream with 12 cookies. Y'all need to stop thinking like that. Every fat person isn't binge eating. We're not like the people on 600-Pound Life. And I love that show because I just feel like it gives people an insight as to why certain people become overweight. Now, for me, I'm not saying that I don't like food, baby. I love food. I love to cook. I love to whip it up. You know what I'm saying? But don't discredit me just because I weigh more. Just because I'm not 150, 5'6", and I go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week. Don't discredit me. Don't make me feel less than just because you have a preference. I didn't ask you what your preference was. You came to me, honey. You wanted to talk to me, okay? So, therefore, something attracted you. And another thing, don't give me a compliment to make up for some BS criticism later. Don't try to say, oh, you're so pretty, that you need to lose weight. I know I'm pretty. I know that. I thank God that I had a family that, you know, reassured me and let me know what I possess, so I didn't have to look for it in the streets. So I've had men even say to me, oh, you think you're so pretty. I know you hear that all the time. You just act like it's nothing. And it's just like, I mean, technically it is. This whole physical form can change any day now. I mean, I could wake up tomorrow. I'm not going to speak that on myself, but y'all get what I'm saying. Who you are as a person, okay? Who you are as a person is what matters the most. But guess what? This generation, these millennials, this 2022 new wave, new age could give a less, okay? They don't care about that. But all I'm saying is, just like I had a debate with this guy about Lizzo and Lori Harvey, all right? To some people, that's like comparing myself to Beyonce, right? But at the same time, the person that Lizzo is and the person that Lori Harvey is, I feel like they're both beautiful. I feel like they both bring something different to the table. Do I know them personally? No. Y'all ain't gonna lie. I feel like I be knowing, you know, celebrities on the low, like Riri, what's up? That's my sis, that's my wife. I love her. But anyway, so what makes Lizzo, or what makes Lori Harvey better than Lizzo? Is it because of her choice of clothing? Is it because she's putting the fact that she's, you know, a plus size woman who's comfortable in the skin she's in? And I only use that example because guess what? What other plus size woman is really making a wave? I'm talking about prominent people right now today. If you bring up Lizzo's name and her being plus size, the first thing somebody gonna say is, she doesn't have to wear that. And why does she wave it in our face? I don't think that Lizzo tries to wave it in our face. I think Lizzo is just walking in her truth. She's walking in her light. Just like I've heard men say, if they see a big woman that got on a crop top and, you know, Daisy Dukes, she shouldn't do that. Why? If that's what makes her comfortable and that's her truth, who are you to say something about it? Now, I will say I pride myself on being I like to have my stuff together, whether that's wearing a body shaper. You know, I don't really believe in bras. Sorry, mama, but, you know, I don't really, you know, but whatever you want to do and whatever makes you feel good, do that. Because whoever gonna love it, they gonna love it. You ain't gonna have to worry about a roll or love handles or stretch marks or whatever you might have scaring somebody off. My cousin called me, shout out to you, Bree, and she was livid. And she battles with her own, you know, issues that I didn't know nothing about, y'all. Like, she's always been a small, petite, nice, shapely girl. You know what I'm saying? Woman. And we started talking about certain things, and I'm not going to go into details about it. But I didn't know she dealt with some of her issues, I would say. And, you know, she gave me her opinion. She gave me some ideas about certain things. And we left it at that. Now, to me, that was a healthy conversation. I didn't walk away feeling like she came for me or I should do this or I should, you know, change who I am. She was looking out for me. She loves me. That's my cousin. That's one of my favorite cousins. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, when it comes to the more health side of things, I do have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. It is a hormonal disease. One of the first symptoms, the doctor asked me, she was like, is it hard? Are you gaining weight and you're trying to lose weight and you can't lose weight? And I was like, yes. She was like, that's a symptom. That's not the only symptom. See, people get so focused on the weight loss part of it. I'm thinking about my uterus. Will I be able to have kids one day? Am I going to have surgery to remove, you know, my ovaries? That was more serious to me than about weight loss. Does weight loss help? Absolutely. Everybody on this earth knows when you lose weight, your blood pressure go down, your diabetes get better, your skin get better, you have more energy, you sleep better. But I think the bigger picture is if somebody wants to lose weight, they will lose weight. If they don't want to, they won't. So don't make me feel less than. Men, stop making women feel less than just because they big. Because I'm going to tell you like this, some of the most beautiful women with BBLs and lipo and tummy tucks and in the gym every day with the six packs, those are some of the worst people in the world. Those are some of the, I mean, like, I'm only speaking from experience. I'm not throwing shade to nobody. Baby, because guess what? I done thought about having a BBL. I sure have, and I still might. And guess what? That's because I want to. It ain't because of you or anybody else. That's just my own personal journey. But I just say this because, like, I could be in a room full of women and I could look at a girl and be like, oh my God, she's beautiful. You know, she has a nice body. And the moment you open your mouth, it's like, now, where you say you from again? You know, and that's no shade because somebody might think that about me. I'm blunt. I say what I want to say. And I just came to the terms at 30 years old, like, either you gonna mess with me or you not. And I'm not gonna lose no sleep over it, baby. It is what it is. But, you know, everybody has shallowness in them. Everybody. I don't care if you sit up here and say you'll date any type. It's still something. Everybody, when you look at someone, the first thing you're seeing is physical. As much as we hate to admit it, that no, I can date a short guy and I can date a guy who doesn't work out, or I can date a girl who's 20 pounds heavier. No, everybody has a preference. And it's so funny. I thought that I really didn't. I thought I didn't have a type. And I showed a friend of mine like 3 different guys and she was like, Jasmine, they all look the same. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, maybe I do have a type. But anyway, I'm not going to, you know, belittle the next man just because he's not freaking 6'4". Every woman in America that I know wants somebody tall. And if you don't, please comment below. Please DM me, please. But at the same time, I'm like, what, 5'7", 5'8". So if I date someone that's 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", okay, I can get past that. What else? What is your mental like? What is your emotional state like? Are you ambitious? Do you work a 9 to 5? Do you want to build generational wealth? Do you want kids? Do you not want kids? You get what I'm saying? It's easy for me to go for an attractive man just because I'm attracted to him. And by the way, I'm sorry if I'm kind of all over the place because I really get passionate about this. You know, I feel like deep down inside, I am so much more than my weight. You are so much more than your weight. If I'm dating someone, some of the things that cross my mind, or when I'm talking to a man, it's cute for you to look nice, smell good. I mean, don't get me wrong, please have good hygiene. But it's like living in this world in 2022, everybody is going through something. Mental health is at an all-time high. I mean, you know, it's a touchy subject because I feel like sometimes we were living in a world that didn't really care about that or didn't shed light onto people's well-being mentally. And, you know, we have a lot to deal with. I'm not, you know, 25 anymore, but the stuff that I see the young people, and I'm saying it like I'm 40, but at the same time I'm 30, you know what I'm saying? Like people that are 5, 6, 7 years younger than me, the stuff that they have to deal with, I'd be like, ooh, I'm glad I missed that phase of the world, because I would preach this until I leave this earth. And it's sometimes so hard for people to get it, but your looks aren't everything. Your looks can only get you so far. I'm sorry. People might disagree. They might say that I'm crazy for saying that, but it's the truth. 9 times out of 10, your beauty can get you, or your attractiveness, your physical body, it can get you somewhere. Now, I'm not going to take that away from you now. It can get you somewhere, but after so long, that pretty face might become rude. That pretty face might not be able to run this business. That pretty face might not be able to cook you a meal when you come home from working 12 hours. And you know, that's even another debate, because people have to decide what they really want at the end of the day. So this just goes back to what I was saying. If I'm not your preference, don't talk to me. Don't waste my time. Don't try to change me. I believe in being whole by myself, because this potential right here is amazing. It's great. So I know if I become, you know, better in a certain, you know, level of my life or physical aspect of my life, it can only get better from here. But at the same time, besides what I look like, besides how much I weigh, besides how big my boobs are or how big my butt may be, because people will ask you that in 2022. They really will. I promise you, like, I'm just being real, y'all. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or making... I have conversations with my mom, and I'm like, Mama, you know, when you were dating, ooh, girl, it's so different now. We have social media. We have these dating apps. We have all these different types of sexual orientations, and, you know, I digress. That's a whole nother video, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this because I feel like I will keep talking about this. When you wake up in the morning and you look at yourself, be happy with you first. Not what your mama think, not what your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, your boyfriend, your 2 girlfriends, whatever you're into. When you wake up in the morning, look at yourself and like yourself, love yourself, because you are the person that has to ultimately deal with whatever your body is, your mind is. Take care of you, and I promise you, you will attract what you need. Because sometimes I'll be like, damn, I'm attracted like, ugh, you know, but I'm an empath, so that's a whole nother discussion. But I'm gonna just like I said, queens, y'all are queens. You men are kings. Stand on what you want to stand on, but don't tear nobody else down. You don't have to be out here trying to date me and change me. Be whole on your own. Be fulfilled with yourself, honey. I'm telling you, it's a wonderful thing. It is amazing. When I wake up sometimes, I be looking at myself like, oh, child, your hair ain't done, but you cute though. You know, a man can wake up next to you and be like, thank you, Jesus, period. But that goes way beneath, it's deeper than my surface. Because when I get to naming things about myself that I know I possess, like how genuine I am, how bright my light is, how wonderful my personality is, like, girl, you can't hold a stick to me. You can't hold a candle to me. Like, but anyway, I just wish you all like so much love and light and success when it comes to dating, because it's so tiring and it's so draining. But I know that God has somebody for everybody. He really does. Like I said though, God has somebody for everyone. We all have a journey. We all have a journey. When you take that time to sit in your mess, as I love to say, whatever is meant for you will be for you. It's cliche. Sometimes I hate to hear it. Other people hate to hear it, but it's true. I'm not going to force anything. Like that saying go, if you let something go and it comes back to you, it's meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Just relax. Love who you are as a person. Appreciate yourself, because, you know, suicide is real and life is hard. But don't ever let a man, a woman tear you down and feel like you got to change who you are to be something to fit them, their expectations. Because when I think about somebody wanting to change me, it's in a sense of, okay, credit. Let's work on credit. Let's work on, if we want to have kids, let's start a savings, or like stuff like that. Y'all get my drift. But anyway, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet, but my phone is doing the absolute most. But yeah, like I said, just be happy with you at the end of the day. And your health and your mental and emotional state should be the #1 thing to care about. You know what I mean? I think for me, and especially in the Black community, we have so many things. Thyroid disease. Women, please, even if you don't have an issue, get your thyroid checked. It makes everything function. And if it's not working properly, you will know. But just get it checked. Diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney disease, like, excuse me, that must be the wine, but you know, just be happy and healthy, whether you're 250, 300, 150, 120. Honey, if I lose weight today, if I get a BBL tomorrow, somebody will have something to say. That's why I have to be okay with myself and where I'm at in life. So once again, I love you all. I appreciate you all. If you've made it this far, thank you for listening to me run my mouth, because I get really passionate about stuff like this. But I wish you all love and light. But I will see you guys next time, my queens and kings. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you stick around to see my next video. Peace.